Do you see that face? Do you see it?
I do in fact see that face, Daymon.
You want to know what that face is? That's the face of someone contemplating the Tome of Secrets, the origin of her religion, country, and worldview, and how this all relates to international politics.
Are you sure?
Somehow, this is actually what has come up in this Ace Attorney game. We're the Bittersweet Gamers.
I'm We Square.
I'm the Opinionator, and we're not going to talk about any more of that. We're going to go ahead and move on. We're on the day 2 of the investigation, kind of in the middle of the conversation. Hopefully the investigation is wrapping up, because, as everyone has said, there's not really that much to find.
Yeah.
Except the secret and illicit origins of Khura'inism and spirit channeling.
Can you channel spirits, your benevolence?
I am but the royal priestess. There is still much that I must learn. Such as basic history and facts even about my own religion, which is why I always call Nana when I want to give accurate details, because I don't seem to know them myself!
It's okay, Rayfa.
As of now, the divination seance takes me to the very limit of my ability. That's probably why I don't refine them without some prodding.
So, her spiritual power doesn't measure up to Maya's.
Of course it doesn't.
Oh god, she could tell.
You were just mocking me in your mind, weren't you? Comparing me to somebody else.
Don't be ridiculous.
Who are you comparing me to, huh? It is written all over your face, you impudent nincompoop. The divination seance was once one of the important roles fulfilled by the queen.
What, huh?
Well, I guess it's a great way to do training for the next queen.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
That is what my mother taught me when I was little.
So now they trust it to the completely unexperienced, unskilled teenager.
Well, that way when she becomes queen, she won't be inexperienced and unskilled.
Okay, but what does that say for the people who get falsely imprisoned and executed?
Haven't we already established that?
Yes, I know, but I'm gonna keep going on about it! So the queen can perform the dance of devotion? That'd be a sight to see. Oh, sorry, I wasn't thinking about your mother.
Well, at least he was thinking about her mother as opposed to...
That is a fair point!
As opposed to, like, young teenage girls. Someday, I will be a powerful priestess and queen, just like my mother.
Are you going to marry a total douchebag just like your father?
I suppose he might be my type, now that you mention it. And the divination seance is a vital part of my training to prepare me for that day.
Forgive my ignorance, your benevolence.
Hey, I was right. You shall see. It will not be long before I, too, master the secret art of spirit channeling.
And that surely won't be a plot point.
And I will be a magnificent queen who unites her people for the greater good of Khura'in. When she finds out that Maya can channel really well, probably better than her mother, it's just gonna shatter her.
I know, poor kid.
I'm kind of looking forward to it.
She really needs something to snap her out of this mindset, this prison of society that her father has placed her in, you know?
It's like, I get that she's trying, and the game is spending a lot of time with her. It's like, we get it, but she does need to...
Yeah, I
like,
mean...
The world doesn't revolve around you. Even if the world somehow did...
Well, Khura'in seems to revolve around her, sort of.
Yeah, it's like, even Khura'in doesn't, so she just needs to, well, I mean, grow up. One of the ways that you grow up and become more mature is to realize you're not the center of the universe.
Now I see. Spirit channeling is something she really aspires to.
I'm gonna ace that test and become the next master. After all, I can't let my clan and the other villagers down.
It looks like she actually has something in common with Maya, as strange as that may seem.
Yeah, I mean, we even were like, wait, is that Maya? For just a moment when we first saw her. But, you know, we were ready to, like, look under rocks at that point. Like, is Maya right here? Like, you know, stick your head in a pot. Is Maya in here?
Bag.
Yeah, look inside Albie's bag.
She's, like, eating those buns. Hi, Nick.
Pick up the warbot or that one yak in the bazaar and just try and figure out if that was Maya. But still, are you quite through now?
Well, the music has died out, so I guess so.
Well, it seems like half this game goes without music, so... What? Game? Music? What? There are more important things to do than stand here and talk about spirit channeling.
That's true. It doesn't have anything to do with this case, as far as I can tell. Or does it?
That's your
dun,
hand.
dun, dun! If the queen is a spirit medium...
Are you about to suggest that my mother was channeling Lady Kira?
Oh! I guess she saw that one coming, but that's something I guess we never considered, right?
Sure. Lawyers are indeed a witless breed. On the day of the rite, my mother was engaged in other duties at the palace.
Of course!
My mother is a very busy woman. She's the queen, for goodness sake. And the idea itself is preposterous.
I mean, if the queen suddenly vanished, the people would know!
Well, she probably has enough work that she can't be a vigilante superhero on the side. Do you truly believe the Queen of Khura'in would personally battle the insurgents? This is precisely what makes you third-rate.
Another dead end. This is bad. Anyway, I need to continue looking for leads, so... Over there! After him! Don't let him escape!
What is all that racket? What, really? You can't be serious. My God, I can't believe it. What, an escaped prisoner is surfaced here in town?
Escaped prisoner? Oh yeah, Dot's a rebel. You mean that guy with the bushy beard?
There's no reason to panic. The police are on his trail.
He's no longer a suspect, but he might know something considering he was at the scene of the crime.
Let's go beat up the rebel!
Let's go take a look!
Beat up the rebel!
Yeah!
Wait!
Excuse me, police, I need to question this man.
The escaped convict is running away!
Oh, my aching back! I forgot how badly I'd injured it.
The pose wasn't that
ow.
bad!
I need to do some stretching and exercise more when I get back home.
Wimp? Ah, Mr. Wright!
Hey, Albie! Dot's a rebel.
What? Where?
Have you seen him? Ow, 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 ow.
Are you all right, sir?
1 second.
Why
Have
are
you seen that escaped prisoner around here?
Why are you suddenly acting like an old man, Mr. Wright? Oh, so that's why all those police came rushing over here. I heard them saying something about an escaped prisoner disappearing in this area. I guess, therefore, it makes sense when you say that you saw that you were looking for an escaped prisoner. Huh.
He disappeared in this area? He couldn't have taken to the air again, could he?
He did. Before escaping, he was like, alley-oop, and jumped straight up and then ran out the door.
Or something.
Barbed head! I told you to wait!
It's too dangerous for you around here, your benevolence. Mr. A Rebel could be lurking nearby.
What sort of a princess would I be if all it took was an escaped prisoner to frighten me?
She's fearless, I'll give her that. I can't be responsible if something happens to you. I'm, you know, a young man in the body of an 80-year-old man or something. As long as I'm here, though, I might as well search the area myself. If I were an escaped prisoner, where would I hide?
In the yak's pack! See the pack on the back of the yak?
I do, in fact. Oh.
I want a snack.
You know, something tells me, Daymon, that maybe I should be looking over here.
Well, there's also that manhole, but why don't you look where you're looking?
Oh, yeah.
You know, actually, why don't you look at the manhole? You know, actually, why don't you look where you were looking? This is a really popular bun shop here in Khura'in. Do you want a bun, Mr. Wright?
Ooh, they even sell Magatamon. Let's see. 1 Magatamon, 15 damas. Wait a second. Albie, weren't you selling them for 20 damas apiece?
The extra 5 damas is the service fee. Consider this, Mr. Wright. What if we were not right in front of this store? Then you couldn't get one for 15 damas, but you could get it for 20.
He's quite the shrewd businessman.
It's simple economics, really.
That manhole cover, it's open! Oh, is that so, Shadow?
Oh, what is it, Shadow?
Did he sniff out someone or something in the manhole?
Yeah, poop, but it smells really bad.
I wonder. Could Shadow track Mr. Rebel if he had something with the Rebel's scent on it?
I have no idea. You think I've ever tried to get him to track something?
I feel like I've got something with Mr. Rebel's scent on it. Something he might have touched.
So we have to present evidence at him. Why don't you present the prayer flag?
Oh, you're right. Here, Shadow. How about this? I hope it works.
Does that mean he liked it or not?
I think he's picked up a scent. Maybe.
Oh, Shadow, you actually know how to do that? Wow, I'm kind of impressed.
You mind if I borrow Shadow for a bit?
Oh, this has been a while. How many times has Phoenix borrowed a dog?
Yeah.
Like there was Missile.
I remember that one case where you had to go and keep swapping out like the metal detector and like the other thing in order to gather all the clues on the beach.
you needed the metal detector and Missile. I don't think you needed the other. Missile was the dog who sniffed things.
Yeah.
He wasn't quite as cute as Shadow though.
Hey, Missile's awesome.
So by all means, here you go. Take my head, dog. I had no idea you could do this. Yeah, go get him, boy.
Is he going to sit on my head though?
I hope.
Your benevolence. I am heading down the manhole now. I doubt you want to follow me. It could be dangerous, so please wait here.
What? You told me to wait? Therefore, I will go with you. Wait!
Don't worry. I won't commit any of those misdeeds you're so worried about.
That is not what I fear. There may be a vicious insurgent lurking down there.
I know! He's the one I'm looking for! Oh, are you worried about me?
No. I was simply wondering why you would go to such lengths in your investigation. After all, if you would simply withdraw from this case, they might commute your sentence, I say, as the daughter of the queen and the royal priestess.
I'm doing this to prove Maya innocent.
Ah! How can you be so sure of the accused's innocence?
Well, I mean, for what I've known her for a while.
She's already been found guilty. I'm trying to help as much as I can.
Don't worry. Maybe this extra day in court is a blessing from the Holy Mother.
A blessing from something, all right.
Let's use it to our advantage. We'll turn this trial inside out and upside down. You'll see.
Okay.
I believe in her. If she says she's innocent, then that means she's innocent. Lawyers must trust in their clients to the bitter end. That's just what we do.
You lame brain. Do what you will.
Well, I'm going in. Let's go, Shadow!
Be careful. Wonder why Albie doesn't go.
He's a kid. If there's a dangerous insurgent down there... Wait! Come back here! How can I follow you? I don't know what's going on!
Yeah, but Phoenix has the back of an injured old man and no weapons or ability to fight except for his appearance in various games involving combat.
It's pitch black down here. I can't see a thing. Oof! Ah!
See? I mean, I'm not telling him not to go, but I think Albie would have had better luck.
Oh, ow, ow, ow,
Ah,
ow.
oog. Oog is such a great word.
What happened?
That's a good question.
I went down into the manhole, and then I was kidnapped and taken. Oh, you cleaned up really nice.
Oh, you finally came to?
Ah! I'd remember that face anywhere.
His mouth is so wide.
It's the mouth he was born with, Daymon. Don't be like that. And that dragon symbol on his armband. That's the mark of the rebels. Ah! The spider there, too.
Yeah, I saw that.
There could be no mistake. It's him. That's a rebel standing right in front of me.
It's like he's about to use Yai Jutsu or something when he does that.
Oh, God.
Sorry I got a little rough with you back there. Thought you were the cops. Why making that face? I want an apple. Tastes way better than the lizard.
I thought he was going to kill me. What's he going to do? Reach up and grab that spider?
My God! Can you believe how fast he peeled all these apples?
I'll pass on the apple, but
Okay,
thanks.
notice the in the background there's like
The queen?
Yeah.
With the knife through it?
It's not a kukri, is it?
Kind of looks like a kukri.
like a
The
little-
weapon he has is a kukri, yeah.
It's like kind of thin, isn't it, for a kukri? Anyway,
It's designed like a kukri.
yeah, it's probably just a straight up a kukri, regardless of any expectations. And who cares? It's sticking in the queen's face.
Yeah.
And then we have that fancy robe back there.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then we have the different types of buns, but the one that I liked
Uh-huh.
was like the empty bowl that looked like it was full of something brown and liquidy.
Maybe stew? Some kind of soup, perhaps?
I don't know.
I don't mind a good apple, but not right now. My nerves are shot. What is this place? Your secret hideout?
This is the office of my brother-in-arms, Dirk. Isn't it pretty cool? Huh. Maybe I shouldn't let you out. Anyway, right now we're using it as a rebel safe house.
Whoa, back up a sec. What kind of office is this exactly?
A law office. What else?
Oh my god. Really? Dirk used to be a lawyer?
Doesn't
I
it
had
om-
no idea.
Doesn't it only make sense for an Ace Attorney game? Yeah, just like you.
Khura'in's public enemy #1 is an ex-lawyer? I didn't see that coming!
Well, you didn't say anything about it. Hey, look, he caught a lizard back there.
Oh, there's
for
several
lunch.
lizards hanging up there.
Several? Where's the other ones?
They're behind his head.
Oh, fair deal. But I don't suppose I'll be coming around here anymore.
You won't? Are you planning to flee or something? That would make sense.
It's just, I want to get out of the rebel business.
Oh.
Tired of being hounded by the cops and all that. I don't know what I'm gonna do about my name. And I know it's the family tradition. So I came by today to pick up the last of my stuff. That's why I told you about the location of the safe house.
Really?
Yeah. I'm gonna sell Dirk's info to the Minister of Justice, then slip out of Khura'in. Isn't it
Might
great?
work. Whoa, wait a second! Are you seriously a rebel? You're far too goofy! You're a key person of interest in this case. You can't go running off like that.
Relax, will ya? I'll tell you whatever you need to know. Oh, and sorry about punching your lights out back there. My bad.
My lights were already out. You didn't do too much.
And sorry for sort of providing key testimony that got your assistant convicted. And
By extension, me.
And when I was completely discredited, the things that caused your assistant to get convicted are still present, and nobody seemed to notice. My bad. So, Mr. Lawyer Man, what do you want to know? No.
Tell me about the murders of the High Priest Trust in Me and his acolyte, Pere Zealot.
Sure, I'll tell you whatever I can. I don't know if it'll be much help, though. I mean, I'm not a rebel anymore, so why not?
I wonder how true that really is. What are these hanging here? Lizards? If so, they're pretty big.
Man, that food looks so good. Those are sewer lizards. We call them that because they live in the sewer.
Oh, the nomenclature in this place is amazing.
Says that's a rebel. They grow bigger than your average lizard, which makes them fine eating.
Wait, you eat these?
You've
Are
seen
these
me-
the ones you pull out of your pocket?
Yeah. What else would you do with them? Keep them as pets? Here, try one.
Pass! I'll definitely pass!
Man, those look so good, though. You're missing out on a fine treat, my man.
This is somehow, I think I'll live without it.
I wonder how the scales taste. You probably have to spit those out.
Probably, yeah.
It's a crummy old refrigerator. I love the TV with the rabbit ears.
You guys get electricity?
Apparently. Yeah, but power goes out occasionally.
That's pretty inconvenient.
Are you kidding? It's a freaking miracle we get any power at all. Sometimes it goes out for an entire day.
What about the stuff in the refrigerator?
I don't eat it. Why don't you see for yourself?
I think I'll pass. Forget I asked! I'm afraid of what I might find. There are bowls and platters of food here.
Meat.
It's still warm, as if this was all recently prepared. You must have a pretty big appetite, Mr. Rebel.
Oh, really? You just now noticed? That's my regular laugh, what? Guys as big and strong as me got even bigger appetites, you know? Healthy metabolism.
But you just fled from the police, so you really need to load up on carbs, I suppose. I don't know how you could eat this much after all that excitement.
I don't understand that. What does that mean?
Sorry if I offended you!
But first, let's start with an appetizer. That's for you, Billy.
I love this man. Where's he getting all those apples from?
You know, when I was younger, I used to think it was silly to want the peeled apple and just could happily eat the skin.
Yeah, me too.
And I understand that fiber is good, but as I got older, I really hate the skin of an apple. Just of an apple. Apparently, I want the skin of a lizard to try it out. What?
Well, you're more experimental with food than I am.
Want to join me, Mr. Lawyer Man? Got plenty of sewer lizards, too.
What are these, sewer apples?
It's a balanced meal. Oh, heck yeah, they're sewer apples.
Thanks, but I already ate. Oh.
We call that a sewer spider. We use them for food. What else would you do with them?
Is that coat yours, Mr. Rebel?
Why are you asking about my fine fashion sense? Now it belongs to the rebel leader, Dirk.
It's pretty impressive. I like the color, too.
Want to try it on?
No, I don't want to be confused for Dirk.
I have.
Really? You sure it's okay?
Of course. But it look great on you.
Well then, don't mind if I do. Ah! It smells all moldy. How long has it been here?
I can't believe you fell for it.
I love the tears.
Yes. The tears really sell it. That thing's been hanging here forever. Since before this was even a law office or a rebel safe house.
It's not even Dirk's, is it?
It's probably 400 years old.
Note to self, don't trust this guy ever again.
You trusted him in the first place?
What's this thing with the dragon on it? Some kind of a sign?
Yep. That was his business sign back when this was Dirk's office.
Well, I mean, if lawyers had their law offices in the sewers, then I think that might have had some role in maybe their view in society.
There may have been a connection to that.
He used to be a lawyer, right?
That he was, but it was a really long time ago. This place has seen better days, that's for sure.
Well, I hope he can put his sign back up someday.
I wouldn't hold my breath.
This looks like a photo of Dirk and his compatriots. Wow, he looks like a video game boss. And here's one that looks really old. Wow! This was taken about 20 years ago! Ha!
Well, I guess this answers a couple of questions.
What?
Those are Dirk's sons! Freaky, huh?
What? So this is the rebel Dirk in the center? He doesn't look so evil?
Well...
Oh my...
I mean, we never knew anything about Apollo's past except what we found out in Dual Destinies. I mean, in Apollo Justice.
Yeah!
But this is...
Wow!
So Nayuta's his brother?
I guess so. And both of his sons look kind of familiar.
The one on the left is Yudi. Oh, but you know him as Prosecutor Sadmadi.
Prosecutor Sadmadi is Dirk's son?
Yeah, weren't you listening to the commentators? That he is. Yudi was once a rebel, too. He used to really respect his old man, both as a father and as a lawyer.
Then why'd he become a prosecutor?
Being a lawyer in this kingdom is the same as signing your own death warrant. So, doesn't this seem rather sudden and rather gigantic to just be plopped right on you?
Yeah, but it is the third case in the game.
I don't know about just plopping this junk on us, though.
Yeah, this kind of seems like something that should come out in the fourth or fifth case, you know?
Look at that, Apollo happens to be...
That's an exposition.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. That's just something.
On account of the Defense Culpability Act, right?
Yeah, that's why Yudi decided to be a prosecutor instead. He wanted to spark a revolution from the inside, so he dove right into the enemy's den. Consider, he's the prosecutor that understands forensic science and goes to other countries to actually interact with a just law system.
But then he comes back and completely just adheres to the thing he's supposedly fighting against. I would have never guessed it, looking at him now.
You can say that again.
I never would have guessed it looking at him now.
That's the oldest joke in the book. I am proof! Dirk is battling to change Khura'in's legal system. The will of the dragon spurs him on. We all thought Yudi was taking up the mantle to carry on that will, too. We were sure he'd help overthrow Garan one day, but as you've seen, he now uses the law to do her bidding. Billy was just complaining about that, too. Dirk's been beside himself. You can understand, right?
Yeah, so he no longer carries the will of the dragon in him, huh?
The will of the dragon? Is this going to honestly be a thing?
The heart of the cards! The will of D! I wonder what happened between father and son for it to come to this. What about the other child in the photo?
Oh, that's Dirk's adopted son, so it's even crazier than you thought it was before. But he's gone back overseas. I assume he died or something.
So it's just a big fake out because that isn't actually Apollo's dad.
Fair enough. Well, it's his adopted dad, and that counts.
Yeah, it does.
His name's Apollo!
Apollo? Wait a second! That bracelet! It really is Apollo!
One of those things that's so preposterous you couldn't possibly believe it?
Yeah!
Oh wow, that was a mosquito! It bit me!
Well, that was his last act.
Ah, live mosquito hunting. Thrilling! He was a rascal, that one, and his voice could shake the entire room! Or so I heard. I imagine he's out there raising high hell somewhere.
Yeah, I'm sure he's doing just fine.
Small world, huh?
Give me one moment to make a phone call. Considering how far he's come, Mr. Rebel's description really doesn't do Apollo justice. I'm so sorry. Apollo! I've been watching you grow over these past 2 years. That's why I know you're ready. Why I know I can leave Trucy and the office to you.
I like how you said something about a phone and then it cuts to his phone call, but from the other end.
Yeah, but you know, I've been predicting everything in this game. I believe in you, Apollo.
Thank you. I'll be fine. Oh, it's been a long time. That feels good. I need some more notes though, huh? Everything will be fine!
Sorry, I was flashbacking. He's a responsible young man now. He never lost that loud voice, though.
I feel like I could have just gone crazier, but I'll just pass for now.
Save it for when, you know, it's actually Apollo's turn.
Fair enough. Go polish up my show tunes or something.
Incense and white flowers. What? The flowers are still fresh. They must have been put here maybe today or yesterday. Did you put these here, Mr. Rebel?
The flower back there. What's the flower in our court record?
That's what I was thinking. The same flower.
I mean, it's also for a grave, so...
Yeah.
Something wrong with flowers?
No, this doesn't grow as flowers. Why am I still freaking out when I know you're about to pull out an apple?
It's just a traditional thing here in Khura'in. Pay it no mind.
Uh-huh.
I love that book, too.
I'm getting to it. I figured it'd be important last.
It's surely the most important thing here.
There's a knife driven deep into a photo of the queen. I guess the rebels really hate her. I better remember to stay on their good side.
For all we know, it's going to turn out that she's Dirk's ex-wife.
Right? Is this a law book?
Dun, dun, dun!
Dragon's mark's been branded onto the cover.
That's Dirk's law book.
Really? The leader of the rebels? That Dirk? Why, what?
That's right. And that mark of the dragon is the emblem of the rebellion.
The pages in this one section are really dirty. I don't know why I'm looking through it. I can't read anything.
Must be the section on the Defense Culpability Act.
That is really interesting.
I wonder if Dirk is actually not going to turn out to be a bad guy.
It doesn't seem like he can't help, but he looks like he's about to like Hadoken someone into the grave or something.
He doesn't look like he's going to do Hadoken, but he does look like he's some sort of Chinese martial artist.
Yeah. He must have done a ton of research on the Defense Culpability Act. He practically wore out the entire section.
There can't be that. Well, I mean, I don't know. Never mind. I was gonna say something about the length of laws, and then I start thinking about how they're often these incomprehensible giant monsters. Hey, whoa there, buddy. You don't get to leave yet.
There's a ladder leading underground. He must have brought me in through there. Man, that hole looks really tiny. How the heck did he possibly lift me up through that? But there's no reason for me to leave yet. I should see what else Mr. Rebel has to say. Well, time for the next phase. Just present stuff at him.
Oh, is this a parting gift for me leaving the rebels?
No, you can't keep it. I'll just ask him what I can for now. Tell me everything you know about the High Priest's murder.
Well, as you know, I don't remember much about that. I banged my head on a rock as soon as I parachuted into the inner sanctum. So when I told you I had nothing to do with his murder, I meant it. Even BSG thought that.
Okay then, where were you when you came to after banging your head?
By the time I came to, it was already dawn. I must have been out cold the whole time.
But then you lied about seeing the silhouettes, didn't you?
Yeah, we already established all that, right? I was making all that up as I went.
So you didn't see the crime happen at all?
No! You even talked about how I was a key witness, blah, 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 for knife, blah, blah.
Then why did you say that when you testified?
Oh, well, I mean, I was lying, since I don't remember a thing, but ended up in court, you know. I was afraid I'd seem suspicious, so I just came up with that whole story. Oh, I can't whistle now.
Does he even realize how much trouble his big fat lie has caused me?
Oh yeah, about how he's entirely responsible for this guilty verdict?
Yes!
Sorry for the trouble. It was definitely my bad. Just because you're sentenced to death now, you and your friend. My bad. You forgive me now, right? So it's all forgiven. I didn't do anything wrong.
He doesn't seem very sorry to me. So the bottom line is you were at the scene of the crime, but weren't involved in it. Got it. So, Dirk used to be a lawyer?
Yeah, we already established that, right? He was a force to be reckoned with back when he was still practicing. He was a juggernaut of the law, and as mighty as a dragon. Pretty cool, huh? He could strike terror into a prosecutor's heart just by glaring at him. People called it his dragon's glare. He even got criminals to confess and pass out with the well-placed glare.
Oh, I wish I had that ability. You've got to be kidding me.
But most important of all, he would never surrender. He'd fight for the accused no matter how the odds were stacked against him. Sure sucks if it turns out they did it, though!
Is that what you mean by the will of the dragon?
Yep, that would be it. Actually, your work in court yesterday was mighty impressive, too. You didn't give up, no matter how hard of a beating you took.
Impressive enough for you to testify again, saying that your entire testimony was false?
Not unlike Dirk, I might add. That's a compliment, even though I'm not a rebel anymore.
Oh, thanks?
And, in fact, I'm gonna go sell Dirk out, remember?
Even if a big part of that beating I took was because of you.
Well, I gotta start packing.
Uh-huh.
Who knows when they might catch up with me if I don't scram soon.
Please wait! I still need to ask you something.
I don't really care, but go ahead, shoot.
What are you rebels trying to do? And why were you at the inner sanctum in the first place?
That part seems relatively important.
Why were you at the inner sanctum on the day of the murder? Or more precisely, what were you trying to do there?
I was trying to escape from prison, that's all. I mean, the only place to go is down, and that's what's down there. But that high priest was a fool for getting taken in by Dirk. He should have tried hightailing it out of Khura'in like I'm doing.
Uh-huh.
I mean...
Oh, God.
Sure enough, he had to have been the contact.
Yeah. Cyclops. Mr. Rebel is hiding something, but I won't know exactly what until I can undo the locks. What exactly are you trying to hide, Mr. Rebel?
Huh? I'm not hiding anything. No way, no how. Can't you tell by my honest face?
That face certainly is trustworthy.
Especially now that I don't have all that extra hair covering it, it looks even more suspicious. I'm proud of that.
I'll just have to use my Magatama on him then. Throws it at his forehead. Magatama! Power!
Do you have something in your throat?
Ah!
And he's got 4, too.
I'm going to ask you again. Why were you at the inner sanctum on the day of the murder? Or more precisely, what were you trying to do there?
You can keep asking, but the answer is still the same. I was trying to escape from prison, that's all. But that high priest was a fool. He fell for Dirk's line and sold his own country out, kind of like I'm doing, sort of, not really.
How can you say such things about him?
Because I'm kind of a jerk, huh?
He helped you escape, didn't he? Don't you even care about what happened to him?
Nope, I was getting out of the rebellion anyway. He should have opened his eyes. We never stood a chance against the Khura'in regime.
Hang on, do you really believe what you're saying? Didn't the High Priest's death really hurt you on the inside?
Like I just said, I couldn't care less about the whole thing.
I beg to differ. This wouldn't be here in this room if you didn't feel a thing. Must be the flower.
Yes, absolutely that. Poof!
I heard these flowers are offered in memory of the dead here in Khura'in.
I said it was nothing. Don't worry about personal
The
stuff.
High Priest's death hit you hard, so you've been grieving here alone, haven't you? Well?
Hee-hee-ho! I'm still me! Those flowers don't mean anything. It's just a Khura'inese way of saying goodbye, ho!
Why hide the fact that you're mourning his death?
You're reading into this too much. I told you, I'm done with the rebellion. I haven't even heard from Dirk or the rest of them for a few days. And tomorrow, I'm planning to kiss this kingdom goodbye.
No, I know you've been in contact with the other rebels lately.
And how exactly do you plan on proving that?
This piece of evidence ties you to the other rebels.
The letter.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, it's that. I mean, that's how we got here anyway.
I found this prayer flag at the Plaza of Devotion. You wrote a message on it and left it behind for your fellow rebels, didn't you?
No?
They brought this food for you at your request.
Got
Got you all in check! I'm just gonna keep making that joke.
He does, and has for as long as I've known him.
I can see the vein bulge in his forehead every time I do it. So you're lying about leaving the rebels. You're still involved with Dirk and the rest of them, aren't you? Are you ready to tell me the truth now, I say, despite the fact there's still 2 more Cyclops there?
Hey, they can all break it once. Oh, you're good, Mr. Lawyer Man. I admit it. I requested the grub, but I was just taking advantage of them, that's all.
What do you mean?
With my face plastered all over the place, I couldn't stay out in the open anymore. So I just took advantage of my former comrades for some grub and a place to hide. I was gonna kiss this kingdom goodbye tomorrow.
I'm not buying it. You're obviously lying. I can tell just by looking at you.
As a matter of fact, he can.
The white-hot flames of revolution definitely still burn on inside of you.
What? That's ridiculous! Those flames burned out a long time ago.
This proves it!
That must be the law book.
Yeah, I guess so.
I can't think of anything else but the fact that he has this.
Yeah, the fact that it's still here.
It's kind of a symbol. I could be wrong, but...
I agree with your assessment.
And it was right. Dirk's law book? I'm no lawyer, so what's that got to do with me, blah blah symbol?
Look at the mark branded onto the cover. This mark that stands for an unwavering commitment to the revolution. It is Dirk's way of representing the will of the dragon.
Yeah, so what of it?
You have that same mark on the scarf tied around your left arm. But you wouldn't be wearing that if you were no longer a rebel.
Well, because I'm wearing it, I can still get what I need from the rebels. I just forgot to take it off, and it wasn't strategic for me to do so. That's all.
As a wanted man, that should have been the first thing you took off.
Dang it, why you gotta see through my lies?
That's what I do. The fact that you haven't hidden that mark yet proves you're still a rebel.
I still got one more, buddy. Think what you want, but you don't know nothing about me. You don't know nothing.
Suriwachikayo! You wear your heart and your beliefs right on your sleeve, just like me, and me.
That's true.
This is what I believe in. It's gotta be this. Bam! When a person's back is against a wall, they always fall back on what they believe in. Just as I always have my badge, you always have the will of the dragon with you.
And would you risk your life for your beliefs? Though I guess you are, kind of.
No, I wouldn't.
No?
No, because I wouldn't be much use to my clients dead. Now admit it! You've never once thought about leaving the Defiant Dragons, have you?
What an interesting way to respond to that question. That look in your eyes, it's just like Dirk's. Looks like you've got the will of the dragon inside of you, too.
Nice. I like that determined pose.
Yeah. That's an interesting way for this to end.
Well, it's like... This is completely... I mean, this may be part of his personality, but he's completely putting on a show.
Oh, yeah.
You know? And this is like kind of, we're getting through to the real him. We've shown him he can trust us.
I had planned to take you out, if you turned out to be on the side of the royals. But I think I can trust you.
I can't believe I was that close to getting shanked here. Shanked?
It's like you said. I've no intention of leaving Dirk's group.
In other words, you were testing me.
You're a foreigner and a lawyer who's been charged and convicted, with abetting a criminal to boot.
That's your fault!
And I've seen a fair share of lawyers get pardoned. After weeping at the feet of the queen. Even Rayfa.
Yeah, even Rayfa said that.
Well, I mean, what she was trying to do was, I can get you off, just leave this alone.
Yeah. And the fact that they would do that shows that they weren't actually...
I don't know, that feels like kind of buying into everything hook, line, and sinker. It's just things are more complicated than that, than going, oh, the lawyers that wept at the feet of the queen were fake and didn't care about anything. Like, I don't know. What if they were caring about their family?
That's a good point.
I just don't want to look at things in a simple way, especially because this is, quite overtly, political, and there's a lot of stuff involved.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to keep fighting till the end.
Yeah, I can see that now. Sorry I ever doubted you.
So, what are you doing here, anyway?
I came to get the secret hideout key from a helper.
A secret hideout?
Yeah, I was supposed to get my next order from Dirk there. But the town's swarming with cops thanks to that.
Thanks to Daymon dying again.
Man, it's like there might be some sort of correlation between my voice and Daymon choking to death. But the town's swarming with cops thanks to that murder. Nothing I can do about that.
What about the order Dirk was supposed to give you?
Gonna have to abort that mission, but that's the job. Now I'm just lying low, waiting for a chance to make contact with Dirk again.
Can't you just contact them via prayer flag?
Hey, why the long face?
I thought you'd be able to tell me something about the High Priest's murder.
Sorry to disappoint you. Oh, I know. Let me make it up to you with this.
Oh, yeah?
Like the ball that is in the dragon claw at the High Priest's home.
What is it?
This orb is actually a key. It opens the door to one of our secret hideouts.
Ooh, am I officially a rebel?
I can't say any more than that. Anyway, I hope it helps.
This orb is a key? Ah, man, how am I going to figure out what this orb goes to?
Maybe you are officially a rebel. Plus, the hideout's in a totally unexpected location.
I bet I know where it is.
And being that it's super secret, we couldn't have just any ordinary key.
I see.
I like how the orb has actually paid off, you know?
Maybe this will help me unravel the truth behind this case. Thanks!
Don't mention it. Besides, you're a fellow brother-in-arms, fighting the powers that be. You have the will of the dragon. You're a lawyer who believes in justice. You have to be a rebel, right?
Shinku Shoryuken!
What are you doing? You see this weird Street Fighter connection that I just don't understand.
Sorry, it's just Dirk kind of looks a little, like Rugal a little bit with like the glowing
Then
eye.
why are you doing Street Fighter things?
I was just kind of doing a fighting games in general thing. Okay.
If it'll help you, feel free to pick my brain a bit more. Present some evidence at me. You really are?
Of course I am. Ha!
I've seen the will of the dragon within you. You're gonna make a fine rebel.
What?
That's right. That conversation you two had was actually relevant to what's going on. What's wrong, my friend? You gotta rise up with me.
I don't recall joining the rebellion though I suppose, just by matter of fact, I kind of am.
Well, you see, Phoenix is currently pretty neutral, but it's like he can communicate with each side.
Yeah.
The High Priest left Lady and me all alone when he died. Even worse, they say she's expecting a baby, something that basically only Daymon has remembered.
It's always hardest for the family members left behind.
That's an understatement, too. I know exactly what you mean. Blast it. If only I could remember what happened after I escaped from prison.
Seems Mr. Rebel feels responsible for the High Priest's death. Kind of is.
That orb's the key to the secret hideout, like I told you like 2 minutes ago.
So, where exactly is this hideout anyway? You forgot, didn't you? Don't tell me you forgot when you bumped your head.
You really did forget. But he really did laugh in response.
Looks like I'll have to find it myself.
I mean, fortunately, we know where it is, but we just
Right.
predicted the entire exchange. The dragon emblem branded into that book is a sign of defiance against the Khura'in regime. That evil law has led to the deaths of many of our brothers in arms.
You mean the Defense Culpability Act?
Yeah, but we're not gonna stand for it much longer. That's the main reason we have to see this revolution through.
I've never seen him so serious before. Normally he's wah-wah-wah-wah-wah-wah-wahing.
Everyone's been talking about the return of Lady Kira lately.
Well, my friend Maya suspected of being the rebel hunter disguised as Lady Kira. You wouldn't happen to know who she really is, though, would you?
Beats me, but whoever she is, she bushwhacked me and hauled off to jail. Even worse, on top of attacking us and delivering us to the cops, she's been watching us like a hawk and framing us for different crimes.
Really? Watching you like a hawk? Framing you for crimes? Why would anyone go to all that trouble?
Our kingdom likes to pretend that its people are free to think what they want. Because of that, the authorities can't arrest you just for sympathizing with the rebellion, so they resort to framing people for things they didn't do.
Then that Lady Kira figure is...
Yeah, she's just some lickspittle working for the Khura'in regime.
How?
We're assuming that it's Zealot based on the two...
Like him showing up 2 years ago and then she showed up 2 years ago.
Yeah, and then the Lady Kira figure showing up 2 years ago, and that's the only sort of connection we have. Mm-hmm. So, he's got to be relevant somehow, especially since he's been killed.
Yeah.
Huh. Even without for DC, Dirk and his insurgent scum buddies' days are numbered.
What's that supposed to mean?
But it's really hard for me to do this voice without a cinnamon stick. Let's just say, I got a little trick up my sleeve, so I'd watch it if I were you. 'Cause you got a defiant attitude, like one of them dragon dupes.
And you got a funny voice. So he was talking about Lady Kira then.
Advanced combat skills, detailed surveillance, and clever setups. He's no amateur if you ask me.
So you're saying the monarchy is using Lady Kira to secretly take out the rebels?
Exactly. The Khura'in regime is using her to control the people, even down to what we think.
Why don't the people protest if the monarchy is doing things like that?
Unfortunately, we don't have any conclusive evidence. And without that, we can't prove anything.
I know the feeling.
Evidence is everything in the court of,
Everywhere else? If I bring this up in court, they'd probably dismiss it out of hand. I'll have to unmask Lady Kira if I want to get anywhere.
It is kind of weird to just sit around and talk about things like this, though. I mean, you know, I really like the series and all, and these developments are really fascinating, but doesn't this seem a little info-dumpy?
You're right, you're right.
Kind of like come at an awkward place, but, I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Our goal? To get rid of that evil, no-good Defense Culpability Act!
I can tell just by looking at Dirk's law book.
The DC Act has turned this kingdom into a corrupt cesspool where false charges are overlooked and prosecutors are the only ones heard in court. It is literally nothing but rank exercise of power and shutting out those who have less power.
Yeah!
It's absolutely terrible. It's been 23 years since it was first enacted.
What happened 23 years ago to make them pass such a terrible law?
Well, that'll be litigated in another case in this game. The assassination of Queen Amara. That's where it all began.
Man.
Remember, Dirk was the one who was accused of it.
Yeah.
It happened before I was even born, but Queen Amara, the previous queen, was assassinated. And it was the rebel leader Dirk who did it. I mean, presumably not, then.
Yeah. Dirk assassinated the former queen, didn't he?
That's the official line, but...
The official line?
Those charges were completely trumped up! Dirk was framed, I'm telling ya!
He was?
Plus, Dirk was a lawyer! Once the people thought a lawyer had killed the queen, they turned against all lawyers! And that's how the DC Act was first passed, and why it's still supported today!
I see. That's...
Only makes sense.
Terrible! Huh?
Yes, it is.
So that's why there aren't any lawyers left in Khura'in.
Even worse, it changed the significance of the divination seance.
The significance of the divination seance? They were holding seances in court even before the DC Act?
You bet they were! We actually have this ability here! Isn't that crazy when you think about what that could mean? Lawyers and prosecutors used to hotly contest the insights that came out of seances.
You mean like what I've been doing?
Yeah!
So, by getting rid of lawyers, the high priestess at the time can just say whatever they kind of want.
Yeah, exactly.
I see. Oh man, poor Rayfa.
Right. It's like Dirk used to say, the royal priestess's insights are just another piece of evidence.
Right. I see what you mean about the significance of the divination seance changing.
Yeah, the insights became the only truth, and arguing against it was banned!
Oh.
Authoritarianism. As royal priestess, it is my duty to reveal the truth through the divination seance. This time, I will prove that the insights I glean thereof are the very truth itself. Prepare yourself, for this shall be your last trial and your last rites. Tomorrow shall end with you under the headsman's axe. It's hard to be too sympathetic when she says stuff like that.
I know.
But that was the only time it was really that bad.
Yeah. From what I've seen, Rayfa would agree with that.
This kingdom's a shadow of its former self. Speaking of which, where is Shadow?
He's probably... That's a good question. Did he bring him here too, or did Shadow go back to Albi?
Wasn't he taking Shadow to track?
Yeah? But then he lost Shadow in the shadows.
It's become a dictatorship where the royals use the fear of trumped-up charges to rule.
And that's what Dirk's been rebelling against.
Yeah. All we want is to live in a kingdom with a fair and impartial legal system. And there's only one way to make that come true. Overthrow the current regime.
So that's the truth behind the rebels.
Well, PW, my friend, it's about time for me to get going. TBD. I mean, that was pretty clever. After all, I am the fangs of the defiant dragon. Sounds cool, huh?
Yeah! Yeah!
Moero, Morero Cosimo! Bark, bark, bark! That's a rebel!
You're not going to do that alley-oop thing again, are you?
Yeah, it's my trademark. I was just getting to that. See you when I see you. Alley-oop! Oh, I gotta climb down this ladder.
Why does he have to jump like that before running off?
It gives me power!
Well, I guess we're friends now. But enough about that. I've already spent way too much time here.
There's all this food, too. You don't let it go to waste.
Oh, I guess you're right. One moment, I'll be... Oh, that was good. Wait, why was there the sound of a grate moving? Did someone put it back after he went down?
Apparently.
Whew! I finally got out of there. I am in dire need of a bath.
Mr. Wright! I'm so glad you're okay. I was so worried about you. Why do you smell like sewer lizards?
I have a better question. How did Shadow get up the ladder?
Well, he just climbed it.
What?
I agree.
Shadow. What happened to him anyway?
He came out of the manhole about 5 minutes after you went in.
He did climb the shadow? The ladder?
Then he put the manhole cover back on. Sorry, he wasn't much help. Isn't it cool how he can push the manhole covers and climb ladders, though?
Well, for a puppy, his ability to track was pretty good.
Well, did you find anything of worth?
I tripped and fell down there. I must have been out cold for a while. I better keep things to myself for now.
For some reason, Barbed Head, I'm a little dubious of what you're saying.
Yeah, but you're always dubious.
I figured as much.
I have to find that secret hideout Mr. Rebel was talking about.
You know, it's like he's antagonistic. Phoenix is antagonistic to the Justice Minister, who knows what's going on with the Queen. He's sort of friends with Rayfa, and he's getting in with the rebels. See, I just think that's fascinating.
Yeah.
That they're kind of involved in all sides and can kind of talk in all sides.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the sort of thing that's going to end up leading to a resolution.
A peaceful one, hopefully.
Hopefully.
I should probably start with places that have something to do with the High Priest. Do you get it, guys? Do you understand? Places that have something to do with the High Priest's house.
What? It's not here?
Oh, it's not!
Where'd it go?
Oh, I don't know. Let me see if I can Oh, okay.
No, I remember talking about it. That was definitely here.
Yeah, I mean, Rayfa was even, like, staring at it, and it was like, your reflection is in this orb. Go away. You're diminishing it with your ugliness.
Well, let's go to the inner sanctum, then.
The eye of the statue!
Yeah, it's missing. I mean, I, too, was expecting it would be the claw orb, but...
Yeah!
Barbed Head, you already searched here, did you not? What does it matter if you're here now?
Oh, I just thought I'd look around again. You know, in case I missed something.
But what
By the way, don't pay attention.
What could you have missed, and what do you mean don't pay attention?
I probably shouldn't tell her I'm looking for the secret rebel hideout.
What did you think? It sounded really suspicious.
We have a saying back home, leave no stone unturned.
Oh, yes. You cannot stump me, I know that one.
Uh-huh. Actually, I don't have a clue is written all over your face.
Nena. Whoop. Brock!
Ah!
Brock! Or some other stupid sounding.
Hey, this eye's missing and it's making a really weird noise.
What are you doing? You must not touch that for no reason.
Ah, it's a double negative. That means I must touch it for every reason.
Ah!
Sorry.
You got me.
But that shape. I wonder.
Put the law book in. Take that.
Clunk. I knew it! Now I'm going to look more suspicious when I open up a secret rebel base.
My God, Barbed Head, what's going on?
She must be at a loss for words, and that doesn't happen too often. You should probably stay out here. It's far too dangerous.
What is this place? Explain yourself at once, Barbed Head.
I don't think she's ready for the full story.
I don't think you're ready to tell her the full story.
I don't really know much myself, but it seems to be a secret rebel hideout.
What?
If I'm shocked there's a secret door here, I guess that goes double for Rayfa.
A rebel hideout in the inner sanctum? Somebody will pay for this.
Well, for now, I think I'll have a look around.
Wait, you must not enter before the police.
Don't worry, I won't disturb anything. Or at least I'll try not to. Besides, with you watching over me, it should be fine, right?
Well...
And, you see...
Fine. Just please stop pleading your case. I can only stand so much lawyerly drivel. But I will be presenting all information gleaned from your efforts here to the police.
Well, it's only fair that Prosecutor Sadmati have all the details, you know?
Yeah.
Of course. Now, shall we?
The truth is of value to everybody.
Yeah.
I will go no further. I know that's convenient for you.
All right. You're not supposed to come in contact with the taint of Lady Kira's battles.
Very good, Barbed Head. I commend you for remembering.
Oh, well, thank you. Wait, why am I thanking her?
I may not be able to enter, but I will allow no misdeeds on your part. I will be watching you like a warbod from the entrance here.
I told you I'm not going to do anything. I better hurry before she changes her mind.
Don't you understand, Barbed Head? In some weird way, I'm kind of telling you that I trust in me is the name of the abbot.
Can you still see me from up there? Oh my god. That is an amazing clock and calendar.
The calendar, of course. Because you must understand that, like, the Tokusatsu characters are everywhere.
Tokusatsu is awesome.
It is.
I'll just endorse that right here.
Well, the good Tokusatsu is awesome.
Yeah.
The bad Tokusatsu is pretty bad. I believe this to be a sacred space that enshrines the source of the spring water.
What? I can't quite hear you up there, Rayfa. That makes sense. The rebels must have converted it into a secret hideout.
So does that mean somebody was killed in here?
Oh,
because of that,
okay.
The account where everything is... Yeah.
Where all the water was already red.
Yeah, when Enmi and Maya got here.
Yeah. What about that warbod revolving door?
Oh, that orb was in Enmi's house was the key, so he could get here too.
I see. I wonder if that too was originally intended to hide and protect this sacred place.
I like the pitchfork.
I like the crossbow mounted onto the wagon.
It's an impromptu chariot that may not be effective in modern day.
There's guns in the back too.
I think the guns are better than a wagon-mounted crossbow.
Well, you know, how long has this been around?
Billy, there is never a use for a wagon-mounted crossbow.
Oh, one day, crossbow, one day.
To think those filthy rebels were scheming their schemes in this most sacred space. Do you like how I'm having a conversation with you from out here?
No.
It's a desecration upon Khura'inism itself. The defiant dragons shall pay for this.
I suppose it's only natural that she'd be upset, but the investigation must go on. I think I'll start by taking a picture of the place. Good thing I brought a camera to snap some souvenir shots. I have to keep establishing this every time.
Stop that! You must not take photos here without permission!
Rayfa's really fired up. She's sticking her head in as far as it will go. I guess she won't be tainted as long as she doesn't touch anything.
No taint right here, but I probably can't get much closer.
Now, to search every nook and cranny and covertly take evidence so that Nayuta can't use it.
I like the military battlefield thing back there. Barbed Head, just because it is hard for me to see your every move, do not use that as an excuse to touch and break things.
Ah, she's perceptive. I heard you the first time. Sheesh.
It's important to establish who wears the pants in this relationship.
You don't wear pants.
Nada!
She doesn't wear pants either. Weapons, and lots of them too.
We're lucky we found them before they could be used. Excellent work, Barbed Head.
Oh, thanks. If the rebellion ever happens, I hope it's bloodless. I mean, if the opening was any indication, they didn't charge with weapons. They just kind of charged and caused a riot, you know?
I don't know what you're talking about. I think in the opening of a Phoenix Wright game, you're not going to get horrible violence.
That's a fair point.
Who knows what's going to happen? I mean, I suppose it would indeed be nice if it were bloodless. probably won't be.
Yeah.
It hasn't been so far,
That's
right?
true. So this is the water source that supplies the inner sanctum spring.
A rock?
It flows through the channel built into the floor
okay.
before heading outside.
Where does it come from?
Uh-huh.
Lady Kira uses the sacred water to wash the taint of battle from her body.
It's also not red like the water in the spring. Ah!
I see, it comes from the... Okay, I got it.
Why are there handprints?
No, why are there handprints?
A large stone slab. It's shaped like a magatama, like everything is. It looks rather unstable. I bet it'd tip over in an earthquake. Wait, what's that earthy grass-like smell?
Moss? It's the smell of the moss that covers the stone. Haven't you ever smelled moss before?
Oh, so this shaggy green stuff is moss, huh?
Has he... What?
Huh? It looks like some of the moss about halfway up has been
How
disturbed.
could he never have seen moss?
I wonder why that is. One quick touch can't hurt, right? Whoa! The slab's starting to wobble.
What is happening? What have you done to the sacred space?
Nothing! All I did was nudge it a little.
Well, somebody nudged it hard, and that's why there's handprints.
I knew it looked unstable. Probably best not to touch it again. So we're just not gonna... Okay, I guess that'll... Whatever. That seemed important, but... There's a Plume Punisher calendar here.
Oh, now I understand. The villains in the Plume Punisher are based on the insurgents. Watching the show must have roused their ire against Lady Kira.
I doubt that's it.
How interesting. I mean, I wonder if they ever watched it for ideas. You never know.
That'd be pretty funny.
So, okay, the Japanese cult from, like, the late 80s and early 90s, Aum Shinrikyo, they were the cult that launched the sarin gas attack in the subways of Tokyo. In college, I actually spent a lot of time doing research on Aum Shinrikyo, and what was really fascinating is that they did actually use anime as research.
Really?
Specifically, they used the theme song of the anime Writing.
What?
Yeah, and like their science minister, who was like an inventor, and he claimed to come up with all kinds of hokey junk. But he did come up with gadgets and stuff. He actually was working on plans for the solar ray from Gundam.
What?
And there were other things like that. Because it was just a weird time when it happened. And anyway, that just seemed like the Tokusatsu Rebel connection just reminded me of old academic research papers about Gundam. About Gundam.
Seems legit. Look.
What Gundam? Where? What is it, Bobhead?
Oh, I guess shouting "look" at you isn't really very fair. It's a Plume Punisher clock.
Oh, really? Can I have it? Oh, I believe it's a limited edition promotional item given to 50 lucky viewers.
Oh yeah? It's another rare Plume Punisher item?
Uh-oh! This rare item plays the Plumed Punisher theme song every hour. Hand it over now, Barbed Head.
Ah! She snatched it away from me.
Well...
Princess Rayfa!
I guess believe in me maybe wasn't quite as believable as we were expecting.
Yeah. No matter what she says, Rayfa is definitely a huge fan.
At least this points to that. It doesn't mean it's true.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, her husband could be a fan too.
She very well could have been a rebel as well.
Mean, she normally plays Kira.
If Zealot was the rebel hunter Kira, then she could have killed Zealot to get revenge for her husband.
Maybe, yeah.
But that still, however, doesn't get Maya off the hook for the first one.
Yeah.
This is just speculation, but we have some evidence. Then again, wouldn't it be interesting if Zealot is the one who killed Enmi? Yeah, Zealot, the rebel hunter, killed Enmi the rebel, and then Believe in Me to get revenge for her husband killed Zealot.
Yeah. That's what I thought you were saying.
And the rebel killed the rebel hunter. That's what we're expecting, I assume.
Right.
Yeah. I just didn't want to speak for Billy. What a fine item! And this switch, if I'm right... Ooh, I love this song! I know all the lyrics, I sing it at night.
It's the Plume Punisher. What?
When I'm in the shower and the bath and nobody's around but Nana and... yes, now I see. The insurgents who use this room...
Please don't talk about your bathing habits around me, Miss Rayfa.
must be plumed Punisher fans.
Ah, deduced that all by yourself, did you? That may be so, but I don't see how it's relevant to this case yet.
Well, it's just that there's only so many characters, Chekhov's gun, etc., etc.
Plume Punisher's gun, if you will.
Yeah.
The statue door rotates when you pull this chain.
I see. Then you must shut the door and destroy its mechanism so no one can use this place ever again. That will deprive the insurgents of access to this place.
But wouldn't that trap me in here?
Well, it would be a valiant loss and a good sacrifice. Not to worry, I would come to visit you once a year and pass you food.
She's actually serious. Oh.
Yeah, let's get to that part last. I noticed that a while back.
I didn't.
So I wonder whose blood that is and what blood turned the spring red.
Looks like an order from Dirk.
What's this? Let me see that!
I thought you're not supposed to touch anything in here.
This is an exception. Now hand it over. Let's see here. Oh, Holy Mother!
What? What does it say? I mean, I can't read it, so she'd have to look at it.
It is an order intended for that rebel named Dots. It reads, after the Wright infiltrate the palace under the guise of returning Lady Kira's costume and search for clues about that incident from 23 years ago, signed Dirk.
23 years ago? He must mean the assassination of Queen Amara. At least it wasn't in order to kill anyone.
Well, he's clearly framed for it.
Yeah, I wonder what the rebels are up to. It's intriguing and all, but it doesn't seem related to the case at hand.
I mean, we were thinking at first, I was like, well, I'm assuming this guy's a scumbag, but...
Yeah, it doesn't seem that way now.
More information, and things are different. This will not do. I must warn my mother at once.
No need to do that. This order will never be carried out.
It's before he became Apollo's adoptive dad. At that point, things change, you know?
Yeah. Lady Kira's costume is still here, and Abbott Inmee is no longer able to aid the rebels.
Huh. I knew that.
What? Come on! Come on, guys! I really wanted to examine the pitchfork then.
How dare those filthy insurgents raise their banner amid such a sacred space? How can I possibly see that from out here? Aren't there those two big Magatamas in the way? Barbted, you must burn it at once!
Didn't you tell me not to touch or damage anything after you grabbed the clock?
I expressly permit it this time! Well, if you will not do it, then I will!
But your benevolence! I thought you're not supposed to come in here!
No! That's two of her lines in a row!
For once, the strange customs of this kingdom are working in my favor. There's something under the banner. A microphone?
A microphone?
What's this doing here? Someone trying to record something with it? Oh, okay, I can't look at the microphone, so...
Now for the big one.
What's this? A blood stain? I should probably try to figure out what happened in here.
Do not tamper with any evidence before the police arrive.
The police? Hey, that reminds me. Emma gave me something just for times like these!
I thought it might help your investigation. Here, it's all yours. Spray it everywhere.
Oh my.
I wanted to bring you a bunch of other forensic tools, but they were confiscated at the airport.
Luminol testing fluid. This actually might come in handy.
The best thing about the DS touchscreen was just tapping madly everywhere, spraying Luminol.
Luminol testing fluid glows in reaction to even the tiniest traces of blood. So it can even detect areas where blood has been wiped up. I don't have a black light on me, but it might help us figure out what happened in here.
Don't worry about that. This is future Luminol.
All right, time for science to do its thing.
Time for future science to do its thing.
First,
see?
Let me put these red-tinted glasses on to see the Luminol's glow.
Oh, is that what those glasses that Emma has are for?
I guess so. And I just tap wherever I want to spray some of the Luminol.
Gotta get another Luminol tutorial.
Areas where there was blood will react by turning blue.
It's like the ballistic markings. Okay, that's enough. We
Aw.
just don't have time, but this has got to be the end of the investigation.
Yeah, it's gonna have to start after this.
Although, admittedly, more has been going on than expected.
That's true. I mean, a lot of stuff's been dumped on us.
That it has. You know, I was thinking that it was going to go back to L.A., to the Write Anything offices for the next chapter with Apollo and Athena, but, you know, maybe they'll come here.
That's true. Because it would just seem really weird for Nayuta to keep going back and forth, especially when there's this big, like, this thing is huge.
Yeah.
This thing is huge. It's gonna be like Phoenix, Apollo, Athena, Maya, Albi, Rayfa, like everyone's just gonna be crowded behind the defense podium.
Well, I kind of like that, how you get followed around by different people. I kind of wish Albi was around.
Yeah.
But it's nice. Game. Fun.
Yes, we're enjoying it.
Us like.
Quack, 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 quack.